Good morning, guys. We're going to do another assignment project today in GarageBand. I realized the first one I gave you was, well, hindsight being 2020, I didn't really give you enough background to kind of do a little project. So we're going to do something today for our sub-assignment. So as you can see, I have the GarageBand app open, and this is where we're going to start. So for those of you that have never used GarageBand, we're going to kind of go over the basics, and then I'm going to give you a little time to be creative with your submission. Okay, so when we have GarageBand open, what we're going to do to create a new project is go to the top right-hand corner. There's a blue plus sign. You're going to click on that, and you'll have a new project that's open, a new song. It might say any number of instruments as your first one, but all the instrument options will be there. Okay. What we're going to do today is we're going to record three basic things. We're going to record drums, we're going to record guitar, and we're going to record bass. And so we're going to show you how to do all of that. So the first place I'm going to go is find the guitar. And as you can see here, there's 4 different options at the bottom. It says Smart Guitar, Notes, Scales, and More Sounds. Okay, More Sounds just simply brings up all the guitar options that you have. Right now it's set for Roots Rock. Okay, I'm going to click on Smart Guitar, the very first option, and your screen should look something like this. What this means is that when you play or push like the E lowercase m, and that lowercase m stands for minor, when you push that little button, it'll play an E minor chord. When I push the C button, it'll make a C chord, C major chord. When I push D minor, you'll get that, okay? You can also play the individual strings in that chord. So here's C major, and then the individual strings, okay? In the top left, you can find where it says acoustic. If I click on that, I have the option between all kinds of different guitars, all right? I'm going to click on Roots Rock, and you'll see there's something at the top that says high drive, treble boost, and then blue echo. Those are like different guitar pedals, guitar effects. You can use those, play around with those if you want, but the same thing goes. If I hit the C, if I hit G, if I hit F, and so forth. All right? Now you'll notice there's a couple options. There's a little knob that says off 1, 2, 3, 4. It says autoplay. If I move that little knob to any of those numbers, it'll automatically play the chord for me in a certain style. If I change it to 3 or 4, okay, and then you push it again to turn it off. If I go to next to that autoplay knob, it says chords and notes. If I switch it to notes and hit notes, you'll get the first couple of frets on the guitar. Okay, I'm going to go back to chords. Now, we're going to record something today, and the length is determinant on you. Okay, so you can make it as long as you want to, but GarageBand by default sets it up to record 8 measures. And that's it. So if we want to increase that, at the top of where it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, there's a plus sign. That's right underneath the question and the circle, question mark in the circle. I'm going to click on that plus sign, okay? And then I'm going to click on section A where it says 8 bars. And I'm going to select automatic. And what that does is that lets me record indefinitely. I think you can record up to like 650 measures or something like that. So it lets me record indefinitely without stopping. I hit the back button, hit the anywhere else, and that will go away. Okay, so now we're set to record. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the record emblem, the record button at the top center, the little red button. It's going to give me 4 clicks. It'll go click, 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 and then I'll start recording. Okay, and I'll just record something really quickly. And when you want to stop, you just simply hit the stop button that appears up at the top. Okay. Now, when I'm in GarageBand, if I want to look at the actual track that I'm recording, You can see at the top left, it says My Songs. And then there's a square, I just highlighted a little bit there, a large square button. Next to that, you'll find some rectangles, okay? If I click on that, it'll switch me to my track view so I can view it all, okay? That's what I've just recorded using my guitar. You're going to record anything you want to on the guitar. It can sound terrible, it can sound good. I'm really kind of indifferent. I just want you to kind of record something using the guitar. Now, if we want to add a track, if we want to add an instrument, what we have to do is we have to select the plus sign in the bottom left-hand corner. And if I push on that plus sign, I'll go back to this screen. Okay? And you can cycle through any number of these. All right? I'm going to add my bass guitar next. So I'm going to find bass. And again, you have the same options: smart bass, notes, scales, and more sounds. I'm going to click on smart bass. And it looks exactly the same as guitar. And the left where it says Liverpool, you click on that, you have all these options for bass. Okay? I'm going to find one that I like, and I'm going to pick Liverpool. Okay? And I'm going to put it on autoplay 4. If you want to hear what it sounds like, you're more than welcome to. Just hit the... Actually, I don't like 4. No. I think I'm going to pick number 1. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to record, and I'm going to record the same way. Hit the red record button at the top, but you're also going to hear my guitar track. Okay? So I'm going to record on top of that. So here we go. I hit stop in the same spot. So now if I go to the top left into my track icon, again, that's where it looks like the solid rectangles right there, okay? I'm going to click on that, and it's going to pop up, and it's going to look like this, okay? You can see they're playing at the same time. So if I go to the top and I hit the play button, you'll be able to hear and play, okay? Now, you're going to record a guitar track, a bass track, and then also a drum track. Okay, so I need to add another track. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to that plus sign at the bottom there. All right, and it's going to bring me back to this icon. I'm going to switch over to drums. Now, drums is like it could be a whole class on the options of drums that you have. Okay, you can click smart drums, acoustic drums, beat sequencer. There's all kinds of stuff, and you can really play around here if you'd like. I'm going to click on smart drums, and you're going to get a little grid that shows up here. And the left, it says hip hop drum machine. Those are your drum options. Okay. And then you're just going to pick which one you like. I'm going to pick the vintage kit. Okay. And then depending upon where you put the options over here on the left, right? This is simple and quiet. This is loud and complex. You can drop it where you want to. Okay. And it'll play depending upon where you put stuff. Okay. If I want to hit the stop, there's a little power button on the left under where it says vintage kit. You can push that. Now at the bottom there is a die, a dice. You can see that. If I select that, it's going to randomly put stuff everywhere. I can push it again. I can push it again. And again, and all that kind of stuff. Okay. So you can find something that's going to work for you. All right. You do not have to use this particular drum. You can use the acoustic set or the beat sequencer. This is easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that my gauge is set at the beginning. And I'm going to find a pattern that I like. Okay. I don't like that. Okay, and I'm going to hit record. Okay. If I go to my track icon there and select that, and I look at my tracks, I'll see I have something recorded for guitar. You'll see that I have something recorded for bass, and you'll see that I have something recorded for my drum set. Again, it does not have to sound good. I just want you to get 3 things recorded on there. Okay. They can play them separately. So if I wanted to, I can move this down and have the guitar playing first, and then the bass, and then I can move the drum. You can do whatever you want. What I want is I want 3 tracks. Okay. I want 3 tracks recorded. Come on. There we go. And move that back. There we go. I want 3 tracks recorded of guitar, bass, and drums. That's it. When you are ready to submit the project, you're going to submit it into GarageBand. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So what I'm going to do is, in order to save it, you have to select the button in the top left-hand corner that says My Songs. So I'm going to select that button, and it's going to bring me back to my main menu. All right. Now, I'm going to long hold on that, and it's going to have a couple of options. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rename it. I'm going to rename it Glowinski, your name, and then I'm going to put sub assignment. Excuse me. Hit done, and you have it saved like that. If I long click on it again, it'll have the option to share. I'm going to click share, and then you have these 3 options: a song, ringtone, and project. You have to upload it as a song file. I need you to upload it as a song file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit song button, and then this information doesn't really matter. I really don't care. So you're going to hit in the top left-hand corner where it says share. And then you're going to select classroom. Okay. And then you're going to share it into the sub-assignment folder for today, classroom. Okay. This is due at the end of the period. And so what that means is I have to have something from you by the end of the period. If I do not have anything from you, or it's turned in late, you will not receive any credit for this assignment. Okay. So something's got to be submitted by the end of the period. And we'll go over this on Monday and answer any questions, but I need something submitted by the end of the period in order to receive points. When you're done, please find something to work on. Stay quiet for the sub, and I will see you all on